Arielle. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. It has been
a while.
It's been months. It's literally been months since my last upload. And I think before I get into this video, which as you can tell by the title is going to be about how much I spent a week living in Paris, I do just want to quickly address the fact that I haven't posted in a while and, you know, what I'm thinking for the future. If you are new to this channel and if you are in no way interested in that, I'm gonna leave timestamps, just like skip this intro to the video. But yeah, I haven't posted in a while and honestly it has weighed on me almost every single day. I love to create content and specifically for YouTube. It's been tough in one sense to not feel like you're able to work on a hobby that you enjoy. And one of the main problems is that when you are creating content and when you're posting it on the internet for anyone to see, your perceived value is directly related to how other people on the internet react and enjoy and comment on your content. And it's not just that people can comment negative things and you can feel bad about yourself, but it's also, and I think this happened when I got to 1,000 subscribers and monetized my channel, it's also that you feel like as more people watch your channel, you have to be posting really amazing content and that the small video ideas you have are not good enough, and so you scrap them and you think of another and that's not good enough, so you scrap it and you think another, and it's just sort of a vicious cycle. Another reason why I took a bit of a break off YouTube is because I felt like I wasn't posting things that were as authentically me as possible. I recently had a conversation with my best friend back home in Canada. She was like, Arielle, you know, I will always support your content. I watch all of your videos and I love them, but I feel like they are not necessarily representative of your whole personality. They're a very light and positive version of yourself, but you know, who you are is more profound than that. Like you're more of a person than you let on YouTube. And like I've known that for a while, and when she said that to me, I was like, I really had to take the time to think about it, because I have always wanted to only post the most positive content on YouTube. Like I've never wanted to ever post anything but good and positive. But the problem is real life is not always bunnies and roses and flowers and sunshine. You know, real life is crazy and hectic and it's up and down, and I never really showed that on YouTube. I kind of only showed the ups and also my personality at like this happy kind of bland form. So yeah, I had this conversation with her a while ago and I just really had to think about that and how I wanted to come back on YouTube and, you know, what changes I needed to make to really put more of my authentic self out there. So that being said, what is going on with this channel? If you're seeing this video, you can know that I have 4 other videos filmed and edited behind it, and I made sure not to post this video until all of that was done so I could make sure I was consistently uploading for the next 4 weeks, and I'm hoping I continue that forever. You can take this as a commitment that I am trying to do better, and I hope that I can do better, and I hope that the videos I'm making and the content on my channel is helpful to you guys and fun to watch, and I hope it adds something to your day, whether it's just entertainment or something to watch in the background or something useful about France. But yeah, I'm sorry for this long introduction. I'm really excited to get into this video because this is a video that I filmed. Like the parts of the clips you'll see, I filmed this
a month ago.
Like I saved these receipts from a month ago. I've wanted to film this video for so long and I'm like, okay, girl, today is the day. So we're here, let's get into it. This is an average week of my spending in Paris. So the week that I decided to record all my purchases of was a pretty regular week for me. It was the week of February 5 to February 11. I'm starting this week on a Saturday, which might seem kind of weird, but it'll make sense because of the way that I plan my week. Let me get my stack of receipts. So on the first day, Saturday, February 5th, I kind of had a chill and like
organize your life kind of day.
The first purchase I made was my weekly groceries. Now, what I try to do every Saturday is I will sit down with my cookbook and I will plan out my breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the entire week so that I can just do my groceries in 1 or 2 goes and that's it. The reason why I do this is because honestly, it's so stressful to go to work and to come home at 8 p.m. and have to run to the grocery store and have to think of what to make. And honestly, when you do that, it always ends up in either pizza or pasta. And I'm like, that is not a nutritional way to live your life. So for a while now, I've been doing my full grocery shops on the weekend so that I am prepared for the entire week. I can do my meal prep, I can eat healthy, and I can avoid eating out, which is something that I did a lot when I didn't plan my grocery shop. So I'll put a little clip on the screen of what I purchased in this first grocery run. And the total of these groceries was 38 euros and 11 cents. Sorry, I have like my Excel spreadsheet right here, so if I'm looking to the left, that's why. I'm looking at the receipt here as well. I bought mostly fresh produce. I have lots of fruits and vegetables, eggs, milk, tortillas, cheese, butter, all that kind of good stuff. So that was 38 euros. One thing also to note is that most of my groceries, I want to say like maybe 95% of my groceries, I buy organic. And the fruits and the vegetables are actually either the same price as non-organic or cheaper than non-organic, I find, in my neighborhood where I do my groceries. So it's a very common thing to buy organic produce in France, and it definitely doesn't break your budget. I mean, there are some things that are more expensive, like cheese, for example, or meats. If you're buying those organic, they are definitely, I want to say 3 times more expensive than non-organic. But so yeah, all that to say is the prices of most of the groceries I'm going to list today are what you would pay if you're buying organic stuff, if you're buying organic groceries in Paris. One thing to mention about this grocery shop is that of this 38 euros, I had a 7 euro coupon for this store, bringing the total down to 31 euros and 11 cents. And I also use 19 euros from my ticket restos. If you have watched my other video about why I love working in Paris, you will know that I receive ticket restos like the vast majority of other Parisians. I'm just going to quickly explain what they are because they do come up pretty often in this video. Ticket restos are a certain amount of money you are given on a monthly basis by your company to spend on either going out for lunch or buying groceries. We get, you know, between 180 and 200 euros a month, and the way this works is you pay 30% of that and your company pays 70% of that, and that 30% comes out of your salary. So anyways, at the end of the month, you have this card with money to use. So yeah, 19 euros of this whole grocery shop didn't come out of my bank. It came from my ticket restos. Moving along. The only other thing I bought on this day was
Laundry.
okay, very exciting. As you guys know, I live in a very small apartment. My apartment is 18 meters squared. So like a lot of people who live in small spaces, which is the vast majority of Paris, I want to say, I don't have a washing or drying machine in my apartment. So I have to go to a laundromat to do my laundry. I think to some people this might come as a shock, but this is a very normal thing. This is a very normal part of life in France. Like truly, when you are living in such a small space, you don't have the space for big appliances like a washer and a dryer. So yeah, I went to the laundromat.
Which is so expensive.
Washing your clothes is so expensive. Like, you guys are gonna be shook by these prices. I did one small load of laundry, which was like all of my cleaning stuff, like mops for the floor and towels that I used to clean. And that was 4 euros and 10 cents. And then I did 2 big loads of laundry, which I do like my whites, which are my sheets and white colored clothing, and then I do my darks and colors in another load. So 2 big loads of laundry, which were 5 euros and 10 cents each, and then I did 1 drying session to dry my sheets, which was 1 euro and 50 cents. So in total, I spent over 15 euros on 3 loads of laundry. Like, it's insane. It's actually so much money. Anyways, that is all I spent on Saturday, and the total amount that I spent was 46 euros and 91 cents. However, given the fact that 19 of those euros was ticket restos, I really only spent 27 euros and 91 cents. Moving on to Sunday, I did a second grocery shop. The reason I did my grocery shops in 2 separate days is because I actually had 2 coupons, 2 7 euro coupons, but I obviously couldn't use them in the same purchase. So I did half of my grocery shop on Saturday, used the first coupon, and then the second half on Sunday, used the second coupon. But on the second round of this groceries, I'm just looking at the receipt, I bought a couple fruits and veg. I bought like cauliflower and lemon, olives. I also bought cheese, which, like I was saying, is expensive, okay? I bought cheese to make a mac and cheese. So the cheddar that I bought was 7 euros and the pecorino was 5 euros, okay? And I'm not talking big quantities. The cheddar was like 200 grams, okay? So it is quite pricey. Like, dairy products, cheese products that are organic are pricey, but the rest, like the vegetables and stuff, like the cauliflower was 2 euros, the spinach was 1 euro, Also in this grocery shop, I bought a lemon juicer. There was a wooden lemon juicer and I was like, I really need this to make my lemon squares, so I bought it and that was 6 euros, amazing. And I also bought soap, which was 3 euros. Voila, the total of that grocery shop was 29 euros and 1 cent, but I had a 7 euro coupon, so I really only spent 22 euros. Moving along to the rest of my day, this was actually the first Sunday in the month of February, so all of the museums were free. So I actually also spent my morning going to the Conciergerie and Sainte-Chapelle, which I would highly recommend you check out if you're in Paris. But yeah, I visited both of these museums and it was free, so 0 euros. I also went to the store and I picked up some soup for 5 euros. One of my friends was kind of feeling out of it. She was feeling low energy and tired and I was like, let me get you some soup so that you can have a nice healthy warm meal and you don't have to stand on your feet cooking. Then I went for brunch with Tash and we went to this really beautiful cafe in the Hotel Suki in the 3rd arrondissement. I have a video on some of my favorite restaurants coming up and this is on that list. It was a little bit pricey, I'm not gonna lie. I had a really delicious sweet potato smoked trout avocado salad bowl and this was 18 euros and I also got a cappuccino, which I think was 5 euros, and a cookie, which I think was 4 euros. I'm not too sure about all of those prices, but in total those 3 items cost me 26 euros. Normally I would have paid for this with my ticket restos, like that's what they're there for, to use for when you go out. But we went on a Sunday and you can't use your ticket restos on a Sunday, so I ended up paying with my carte bancaire. But yeah, that is all I spent on the Sunday and the total for this day is 53 euros. That is 2 big expensive days. I promise you not all the days of the week are that expensive. Moving along to Monday. Monday I really didn't spend much money. I went to work obviously, and because I did my whole grocery shop over the weekend, I had my meals prepared so I didn't have to go out and buy dinner or lunch. So I didn't spend anything during the day except in the evening I went to go pick up flour and sugar just so I could bake my cookies. I had forgotten that over the weekend during my grocery shops, so yeah, I went to go buy that and that was 3 euros and 40 cents, but I paid that with my ticket restos, so nothing came out of my bank account. Next day we have Tuesday, February 8th, and this was kind of a hefty day. I had my phone bill to pay for, which was 18 euros and 30 cents. This is actually a very pricey phone bill. Normally my phone bills would be under 10 euros, but I have a special plan, like an international plan, which allows me to call internationally, which is important when I'm, you know, if I want to talk to my family or if I want to call a number in Canada. But it also gives me 15 gigabytes of data to use internationally. So when I go home to Canada, I can not worry about being disconnected. So yeah, I pay a bit more of an expensive phone plan just so that I can have those more international perks. Regardless, 18 euros and 30 cents, let's be real, it's like maybe 1/5 of what people pay in North America for what I get. Like my plan is 130 gigabytes a month, unlimited calling, texting, the 15 gigabytes international, like it's an insane plan. So yeah, 18 euros and 30 cents, but if you are really trying to budget, you can definitely absolutely find a phone plan with like a good amount of data for like probably 8 euros to be honest. So that's the phone. The next thing I did is I booked a doctor's appointment on Doctolib. I was having some problems with my pass sanitaire, and so I wanted to just book an appointment and talk with the doctor about it, like to see what I was supposed to do. So normally doctor's appointments are 25 euros and the Sécurité Sociale, which is the French healthcare system, will pay 70% of that. So you don't pay 70% of that 25 euros, and then the insurance would cover the rest of the amount. However, the only appointment that I could find with this doctor, and I wanted to do like a video call because I wasn't feeling sick, like I didn't need a checkup, so I just wanted to have a video call with the doctor. And the doctor that I found that I wanted to have this appointment with, his only appointment available for that day was at 9 p.m. and so I just like booked it instantly, like, oh okay, no problem, I guess he has late hours. But the actual appointment cost
60 euros.
Like when you book appointments later in the evening, like outside of regular business hours, the price goes from 25 to 60. The doctor told me this and I was like, oh my god. He was like, don't worry, like you'll be fully reimbursed. The Sécurité Sociale still pays 70% and your insurance will still cover the rest. Just something to know for your next appointments. Like you don't need to book these late ones if you can find something earlier. And I was like, wow, I'm so sorry. Like obviously this is not an emergency. I definitely did not need to take this late appointment. But anyways, all that to say, what could have been a 25 euro appointment turned into a 60 euro appointment. That being said, I ended up paying 0 euros because the Sécurité Sociale and my insurance covered it, but I did just want to mention it just so that you guys have an understanding of how much it would cost to see a doctor if you came to Paris without insurance or without healthcare in this country. Then after work, I went into full-blown Galentine's Day mode. I went to pick out little decorations for a dinner party that I was going to be hosting on the Saturday in honor of Galentine's Day. First, I went to a store called Emma, which is the equivalent, I guess, to what would be a dollar store in North America. They don't really have dollar stores in France, but this is sort of that equivalent of like cheaply priced decorations and household items. So at Hema, I purchased little heart confettis, I purchased some heart streamers, little Valentine's Day themed muffin tins, heart marshmallows, stuff like that. I really wanted to make Valentine's Day special, and I had called the restaurant in advance just to make sure I could bring these decorations. So yeah, these were the first decorations I bought, and the total of this was 10 euros and 25 cents. Then I went to a second store. I went to Monoprix, and I made a couple purchases. I went into their home department and I bought like a little white dish for me to put candles on, as well as some red and silver ribbon. And the total of this was 9.89 euros, but I used my ticket restos, and you're probably like, Arielle, that has nothing to do with food. How did you use your ticket restos? Because Monoprix is a grocery store, you can use your ticket restos in this store, even if you're not buying groceries. Think smarter, not harder. Then I went down to the produce section of Monoprix, and I purchased heart sprinkles for the cookies that I wanted to bake. I purchased heart napkins and heart candles. And the total of this was 9.38 euros. And then a final thing I purchased was a heart-shaped cookie cutter, and this was 4.88 euros. So these purchases, which are around, I want to say 35 euros, are not purchases I would make on an average week, but I wanted to include them in this video so that you could have an idea of how much these random little items can cost. I think in Canada and in North America, we're very used to being able to buy things at a very cheap price. Like I was saying, we have the dollar store. So something small like ribbon, for example, like a red ribbon, which would normally cost you like, I don't know, 50 cents, ended up costing me more like 3 or 4 euros. So just to give you an idea that things like just general objects and household items I find are more expensive in Europe and Paris, of course. So that was all for Tuesday. The total amount that I spent was $52 and
Dollars.
The total that I spent was 52.70 euros, but with the ticket restos, I only spent 42.81 euros. Moving along to Wednesday, February 9th. Again, I didn't spend much money because I had all my food prep done, but I did do some shopping on Vinted, which is my favorite app to purchase clothing. I purchase, I want to say 99% of my clothes secondhand, and I love to use Vinted because you can really find gems. Like you can find really affordable clothing, and they have a really nice shipping system in France and in Europe where you use these things called point relais. So they don't get delivered to your house. They get dropped off at a point relais, and then they're sent to a point relais which is close to you. So you just walk and pick it up. And this makes for more environmentally friendly shipping and cheaper shipping. Like this top, for example, I purchased off of Vinted. So I made some purchases. I was finding that I didn't have enough athletic clothing. I play basketball during the week and I go for runs a couple times a week. So I was like, you need to get more clothing. You can't just do 5 euro laundries every week, okay? So I ended up purchasing 2 secondhand Nike sports bras, which was a total of 6 euros, and the shipping was 3.50 euros. So the total was 9.50 euros. And then I also bought 2 pairs of Nike basketball shorts, which was 15.89 euros. But for the first time ever me using this app, the shorts got here and this person lied. They were like stained. They were not at all the right sizes. I was shook. I was like, here's the picture. Here's what you sent me. Why are they opposite? So I ended up returning these and sending them back to her, so I got a refund on that. So just the sports bras alone on this day, I spent 9.59 euros. Thursday, I spent nothing. I didn't go out. I just cooked my own food. I went for a run. Like, I had a casual day. I went to work, and I spent no money, which is a good day. A day where you don't spend money is a good day. Then the last day of this week, we have Friday, February 11th, and during my lunch break, I did some quick grocery shopping in my neighborhood. I picked up Rice Krispies, soup, and tomato sauce from like a store right beside my building, which is a pretty expensive store, I'm not gonna lie, but they were the only store that I could find Rice Krispies in, and I needed these Rice Krispies for my Valentine's Day treats. I'll put a picture on the screen of what I made, but I could not find these Rice Krispie squares, and I ended up finding them, and they were so expensive. They were like, I don't know, like I want to say 5 euros. The total of that purchase, the Rice Krispies, the soup, and the tomato sauce, was 12 euros. Okay, so like definitely those Rice Krispies were overpriced. But I ended up paying that 12 euros with my ticket restos, so nothing out of my bank account. On this day, I also paid my Spotify subscription, which is 9 euros and 99 cents. I also ran out of coffee, so I went to my little organic store and I bought coffee and cream, and that was 7 euros and 7 cents, but I used my ticket restos to pay for this. After work, I went to the pharmacy and I picked up some sunscreen. I am forever trying to find the perfect mineral sunscreen for my complexion, and I saw a new one at the pharmacy, so I was like, okay, let's try this and see if it works. That was 12 euros and 99 cents, and I also picked up a toothbrush, which was 5 euros and 99 cents. Now, I don't know what you guys think of those prices, but I find personally that that is much more expensive than what we would pay in North America. I feel like you wouldn't typically pay $20 Canadian. Like, I don't think I would normally pay that much for sunscreen, but maybe that's just because I'm not remembering correctly how much things cost in Canada. But I also don't think that I would pay $9 for a toothbrush. But that's kind of like a normal price if you're buying your toothbrush at a pharmacy in France. Then the last thing I bought on this day is I went to the boulangerie after work and I bought a baguette, of course, and also a pain au chocolat, and the total of that was 2 euros and 30 cents. In total, that was 50 euros and 34 cents, but with my ticket restos, I only ended up spending 31 euros and 27 cents. So let's get to the total. In this week, I ended up spending 164 euros and 58 cents out of my bank account, and I used 51 euros and 36 cents from my ticket restos. So yeah, that is what I would spend on a normal week in Paris. I do think that number is pretty conservative, to be honest. I think on a regular week, it might be closer to 200 euros, just because I do normally go out more during the week. I think this week I only went out on the Sunday, but yeah, normally I might go out 2, 3, or 4 times a week, which would add to the costs. And as well, I didn't really have to spend the money to replace certain things, like, for example, makeup remover or face wash or mascara. Those things in France are pretty expensive. And on the weeks where I have to do like a makeup or a beauty shop or a clothing shop or something, I do spend a bit more money. But yeah, I hope this video was useful and that it gives you guys a good idea of how much you might typically spend living in Paris. If you have any questions, leave them down below. In the future, I want to try and do like a monthly amount that I spend, or pretty recently, I've put in place this strict budget for myself and I want to try and keep it. And if I can keep it, maybe I'll do a video showing you guys like another week of me on a budget and how I make that work. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Je vois l'avion.